As we can see with the last 2 automotive manufacturers closing down towards the end of this year in Australia, the Australian manufacturing sector continues to take a beating. We asked KPMG Chief Economist Brendan Rinn, where does the growth lie in the sector?
The manufacturing sector has taken a very large hit in more recent times, but it's also been a trend that we've seen over the last 30 years. Manufacturing used to represent about 11% of Australia's GDP back in 1990, and it now only represents about 6.5%. That's fundamentally because of the globalisation effect. Overseas countries were able to produce those products more efficiently and at lower cost bases than Australia was able to. We have seen an uptick in food product manufacturing in the last couple of quarters, but again, unfortunately, that's after a period of decline. So we're only just back up to the same levels of production that we saw in 2014. I think it's going to have a massive effect on the South Australian and Victorian economies, and ones that I think are unnecessarily underestimated by the state governments in each of those jurisdictions. The Productivity Commission anticipated that 90% of those employed within the sector would lose their jobs, and that's going to have an effect on how much gets purchased in retail sales, how much people are spending on bulky goods, how much people are investing in housing, and so it will have a material effect on those economies going forward. Sadly, you've seen experiences when Mitsubishi shut down in South Australia that about a third of its workforce never worked again. So hopefully we've learnt from that, and there's going to be enough support mechanisms around those employees so that those same outcomes won't be as dire, and that they'll be able to find employment in sectors that suit their skills and experience. What we're being able to find is innovative manufacturers that are able to look to different markets and different products to continue their business operations. Now what they're doing is that they're niche manufacturers providing parts for aerospace industries or other high-tech advanced manufacturing that might be worth more from a dollar perspective, are less volume produced, and necessarily will have smaller workforces associated with their production as well. There's no reason why Australia can't take its place in the global provision of advanced manufacturing. Advanced manufacturing is much more capital dependent than it is labour dependent. You need many fewer workers to deliver the advanced manufacturing output than necessarily traditional manufacturing. Those workers, through the use of much better technology and communication infrastructure, can really be located anywhere and work as a team and deliver an advanced manufacturing output in Australia, but not necessarily be domiciled here. Small to medium manufacturers is really where a lot of this is going to play out. I think that you're going to see a lot of startups occur that are taking good ideas and commercialising those, making new and exciting products and or services that the community and society needs, and ultimately make our lives better. You don't necessarily need to be a multinational corporation to be able to do that, and certainly Australia has the capability to be part of that. I think technology is going to help the manufacturing process develop new products and outputs that are going to be incredibly beneficial. What the technology and growth in technology is going to do is probably push more to capital and less to labour. And so while we will produce all these amazing products, and I'm sure we will, it'll probably be at much lower headcount per business than we've experienced with traditional manufacturing. I think from a government policy perspective, what that means is we need to think about the types of industries that could soak up the type of employees that traditionally may have been blue-collar employment in the manufacturing industry, and what outputs and activities those people can contribute so that the economy continues to maintain its trajectory forward.